Hello, in this video I just wanted to show some behaviors which pertain to normal flow, block level elements, vertical formatting, and specifically the behaviors when the height is set to percentage value on the height is set to auto. So the basic rules and behaviors for this is only three of block level element properties can be set to auto. It's height, margin top, and margin bottom. And also, if margin top and margin bottom are set to auto, they evaluate to zero. So let's take a look at the first behavior. So when the margin top and margin bottom set to zero. So what we have here is div containing div, the width set to 500 pixel, height 400 pixel. uh, I just sent to the div, gave it some background color, and then we have the child p, which is the height is set to 200 pixel, and we gave it the margin top auto just to demonstrate this behavior. So this is to demonstrate that the margin top, for example, that is set to auto, it will evaluate to zero. So we can check it if we go to our browser. So we're looking at margin top here, which is set to zero. Let's inspect. Okay, as we can see here, you see I hovered over that element. It's showing there in the pop-up here. It says 0 pixel. So let's take a look. So we're at P and margin top set to auto, but when we go to compute it, margin top, as you can see, it evaluates to zero. So this is the first behavior. Then the second behavior I wanted to demonstrate, and again I'm just doing it for myself. If anybody can benefit, it's good. So next behavior is height, when the height is set to percentage value. So let's try this. So we have here again containing div 500 pixel, height 400 pixel. um, we have child p. I gave it the width of 300 pixel just to demonstrate. I gave it the different widths, just um, different to 500, so you will see it just more clearly. And I gave it the width of sorry, I gave it the height of 80%. So let's see what happens here. So this is our div. Sorry, this is our div. This is our p. So p is set to 80%, and the way it gets calculated by the browser is the 80% it calculated from the height of the containing div, which is 500 pixel. So let's take a look at the inspector. So this is div. So div height is 400 pixels, and this is our p. So we declared 80% height, and when we go to compute it, the height is 320 pixels. So one moment. Div height 400, and the p 320 pixels. It's 80%. Okay, so okay, so 80%. So it calculates something else. So 80%. It should be 80% of this. Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, 80% of 400 is gonna be 320, and say we can do. Sorry, I guess it's 320. I'm not good in math, but it would be my guess. So just to more clearly, so it's 50%. So let's take a look here. Okay, so yeah, so as you can see, this is our P, and one moment, this is our P. Let's see here. Yeah, P height 50%, but computed height 200 pixels. Yeah, okay. So it gets calculated from the height of the containing block. Okay, what else? There is another example where the parent div height is set to auto. Let's see what happens in this scenario. Okay, so parent div height is set to, actually just one moment, let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot to change here. So if the parent div height is set to auto, okay, so if the height of the div containing div is set to auto, and we set the height of the child is in percentage, so 50%, say. So the height of the p will be exactly the same as height of the div. So let's take a look here. Okay, so height of the p, p is green one. It becomes exactly the height, just to accommodate the text, and it becomes the height exactly of the p. Okay, so that's what happens in this scenario. And another one is what happens when we set a height auto on the containing block. Again, let's take a look here. Okay, so this scenario is height on the containing block auto, but we give p, we give margins. So again, this is our div with the height auto, and this is our p, which is a child of the div, and we give margin top and margin bottom 5 em each. So in this case, what happens is the child p, the result actually here will be that we don't see any margins on the p, because they go outside of the containing div, but like both margins. So we can actually see it in the inspector. So what's happening here? Let me see. So div height auto. Okay, so the containing div is height auto, Okay, whatever this is, this one, the gray area, this is because I removed, as you guys see, I'm not sure if it's visible, but if if you see that I remove the background color from P, just so the background of the div gets, it becomes visible, but actually P becomes the height of div. But when we look at those margins which are set on P, let me go back here. So what we can do is, let's click on our P, and in the styles we see those two. This is our declared margins on P. uh, they got computed into AMs, they got computed by the browser into pixel value. So it's margin bottom 80 pixels, and then margin top 80 pixels. So, but to see that they're outside of the P, I actually outside of the, like, you see when I move here, this is the text, and the structure, the model is, that's the content, and then padding, border, and margin. So this is content. There's no padding set, no border set, but in margin. But margin is not you see this dashed border. If it was margin, how much was that? I already forgot. Oh, 5 a.m. Okay. So if there was a border of, if there was a margin of 5 a.m., it would push this. You would see the margin, but the effect here that the margin gets outside. And to see this, we can see actually, if we, let's hover on div here. Oh yeah, oh, it's here. Let me see. Okay, p div. So those are actually, yeah, those are 80 pixels margins. You see, I just move my mouse here, so it's 80 and 80, and they're outside of the containing div. Okay, so this is all I wanted to share with you guys, and thank you for watching.